What if an AC-130 gunship entered World War II Germany? In the final years of World War II, Germany had seen strange weapons before. Rocket planes, jet fighters, massive tanks, but nothing could have prepared them for what appeared over Europe one cold night. Because somewhere above the clouds, an aircraft that should not exist had arrived. And before dawn, entire units would report witnessing something they could barely describe. Not a bomber, not a fighter, something far worse. January 1944. Europe had become a machine designed for death. Cities burned beneath endless bombing raids. Entire generations disappeared into trenches, factories, and frozen battlefields. And yet, despite everything, German commanders still believed technology could save the Reich. They had secret weapons, advanced aircraft, experimental tanks, miracle projects. But then, something strange happened. At 25,000 feet above occupied France, radar operators detected an object unlike anything they had ever seen. It was large, slow, and somehow impossible. No propeller configuration matched it. No known aircraft profile resembled it. Even veteran officers assumed it had to be a malfunction. They were wrong, because circling silently above them was an AC-130 gunship, a machine born almost 30 years in the future. A flying fortress armed with computerized targeting systems, infrared sensors, night vision equipment, and enough firepower to erase entire formations. But the crew faced a terrifying problem. They had no support, no spare parts, no satellites, no modern logistics, and they had just entered one of the deadliest wars in human history. At first, the crew avoided contact. Fuel mattered, every round mattered, every mechanical failure could mean permanent death. But events soon forced their hand. Near Normandy, an armored column moved through the darkness. Hundreds of vehicles, thousands of men, completely unaware they were being watched. This is where everything changed. The AC-130 crew activated sensors no one in 1944 could comprehend. Heat signatures appeared like ghosts, engines glowed, soldiers became bright silhouettes in the night. The Germans felt perfectly hidden. They weren't. And then, the first shell landed. No warning, no dive bombers, no sirens, just destruction falling from the darkness. Tanks exploded, trucks vanished, entire sections of road became walls of fire. Panicked survivors searched the sky, but they couldn't find the enemy, because the enemy wasn't attacking, it was hunting. And almost nobody talks about what happened next. German survivors couldn't explain what they had seen. Some described invisible artillery. Others believed secret Allied superweapons had appeared. Many claimed angels were firing from heaven itself. Reports reaching Berlin sounded insane. Entire columns destroyed, no aircraft spotted, no bombs recovered, no explanation. At first, High Command dismissed the stories until more reports arrived, and then more. Entire battalions vanished during the night. Supply convoys disappeared. Rail junctions erupted into flames. No fighter interception succeeded because nobody could locate the attacker. Fear spread faster than facts. But that wasn't the worst part, because the psychological damage became catastrophic. Soldiers stopped trusting the darkness. Drivers abandoned vehicles after sunset. Officers delayed movements. Paranoia infected entire commands. Some units fired wildly into empty skies. Others refused to travel at night altogether. For the first time, experienced veterans faced something they could not understand. And human beings fear the unknown more than death itself. Meanwhile, Allied intelligence was equally confused. British commanders couldn't explain why German logistics were collapsing. American generals suddenly found enemy resistance weakening in unexpected sectors. Nobody understood the invisible hand changing the war. But the AC-130 crew understood something terrifying. They were running out of time. A gunship is not magic. It is logistics, fuel, maintenance, replacement parts. Without them,
even the greatest machine becomes scrap. Every mission increased the risk, every landing invited disaster, every mechanical warning light became a countdown. And then, something happened nobody expected. German scientists began adapting, because despite the madness of the war, they were not fools. Radar networks intensified, night fighters increased patrols, searchlights covered critical locations, anti-aircraft batteries multiplied. Patterns emerged. Some commanders noticed the attacks followed circles, others calculated timing intervals. Slowly, human intelligence began fighting back. This is where everything changed again. One night above central Germany, the hunters became the hunted. Radar stations finally achieved intermittent contact. Messerschmitt fighters scrambled. Thousands of anti-aircraft guns scanned the darkness. For the first time, the crew realized something terrifying. Their enemy was learning, and adaptation has always been human beings' greatest weapon. The battle that followed was unlike anything history had ever witnessed. World War II technology against 21st century warfare. Pilots chasing an aircraft they couldn't fully understand. Gunners firing blindly at a target hidden beyond imagination. Inside the AC-130, stress reached unbearable levels. They had overwhelming firepower, but they had only one aircraft, one crew, no reinforcements, no future waiting for them. Every bullet mattered, every decision mattered, because eventually, luck runs out. And perhaps that's the greatest irony. Technology creates power, but power creates dependence. Strip away factories, supply chains, and civilization itself, and even miracles become fragile. Because history isn't shaped by machines. Machines are only tools. History belongs to people, to their fear, their curiosity, their ability to adapt, and their refusal to surrender to the impossible. Maybe German soldiers would have called the AC-130 a weapon from the gods. Maybe they would have turned it into myths whispered long after the war ended. But eventually, the fuel would run dry, the ammunition would disappear, and the machine that seemed immortal would become just another artifact buried beneath history. Because civilizations do not win through weapons alone. They win through the people who learned, who endure, and who refuse to stop adapting, long after every miracle machine is gone. Because in the end, even technology from the future cannot escape the oldest law of history. Human beings always learn.